Okay, hi everyone. Welcome to Nurses in Charge. This is our first marketing committee meeting for 2024. And hold on, somebody's coming in. Oh, Ishan. Hi, Ishan. Okay, this is excellent because we have our tech team here. Our tech team, they run our website. They do we have Ankita, say hello. And then we have Das, say hello.
Hello,
And then
everybody.
and they're in India. And we have also our presenters today, Crystal Simpson and Amanda Harriet. Guys can wave so everybody gets to know you. And then we have our executive secretary, CNA, and then we have a few members of Nurses in Charge coming in to learn and help us out, like Amy Madrigal, say hello, and Nayampu Karmuhal, and myself. So we're going to be running this today, and I prepared a presentation because marketing is very, very important to our meeting. And I just wanted to, I don't know how it would look as I share the screen. This is my first time using, but I wanted to have something that future people can come on and learn something from our conversation happening. Okay, so I'm
Right.
going to just throw out a question just to start. What is marketing? Do we have any, as we're all here, does anybody have any thoughts on what marketing is?
Yeah. So basically, like the marketing is if your product, if your product can bring people from their current situations where they are not happy or they are struggling a lot from their current situations to their desired situations.
Mhm.
That's called marketing.
Okay, I love it. From current situation to desired situation. I like to put it a little analogy, right? Back in the day, marketing came from literally the market, right? So in the
Yes.
market, people would bring their goods and services to the market, right? And they bring it there, they know the value it has, and they would exchange it for something of equal or greater value that they need. So if I have tomatoes and the Yempu have tomatoes, right? I'm not gonna bring the same tomatoes the Yempu has because there would be no exchange, right?
Absolutely.
So this is really important when it comes to knowing the basics of marketing because we want to make sure that what we're bringing people actually want and need, and we have something to offer them, right? So nurses in charge, I'm going to bring in our mission and vision here. We're here to connect nurses, we're here to celebrate nurses, we're here to educate nurses. Now, just for people, just everybody in this room, right? Could somebody tell me what is something that will make you feel connect? How would people treat you? What are some of the things you're looking for you to walk into an environment and feel connected, celebrated, and educated? What are some of the things you're looking for the members or the atmosphere or the environment to bring up within you? Don't all rush.
I think I would say for sure, maybe seeing people that look like you or represent like your goals that you're trying to achieve yourself. Like a nice, happy, inviting environment, not one that's like hostile or uncomfortable.
Yes, yes. So you touch on something very important, the visuals, right? What does something look visually like? It has to look like something that you want to be drawn to, right? Then what does it sound like, right? It has to be like if you walk in a room and nobody even looks at you or pays you any attention, that's not somewhere you want to be. So marketing and culture it's very, very similar. With the nurses in charge, we're building a culture. That's what we're bringing to the market, a culture. So if we don't have it within ourselves and if we don't have it amongst ourselves, then how could we bring that to the market? We don't have it, right? So, first of all, our culture has to be very inviting, very warm, very exciting, right? Within ourselves and amongst ourselves, right? If I don't know you, I say, hey, hi, welcome. Who are you? I want to know more about you, right? So that has to be the culture among, and when that's a culture among ourselves, when we put it out to the marketplace, they're not just going to see a nice flyer, but they're going to know the flyer is going to exude the warmth that we have, right, amongst our community. Any other things that you want to see, that you would like to experience in a place that just makes you feel connected, educated, and celebrated?
I would say maybe if everyone wanted to know me on a personal level, like get to know me better, that would make me feel like welcome.
Yes, yes, yes. Personal, personal. They're not just trying to sell something to you. They're not just trying to get something from you, but they really want to know you as a person and see what that value is and bring it to light, right? Anything else? Thank you. Okay. Well, if nothing else, I just wanted to start the icebreaker. I just wanted to say so much of marketing today is who has the nicest flyer, who has the most attractive colors, who could pump all this money into marketing. And a lot of the personal touch, a lot of the people behind the product is not seen, it's not heard. And for nurses in charge, as we're building a community, you, all of you here, who is our marketing team, you actually set the tone of the culture of the community. Why? Because you set the pace of who you're reaching out to, who you're inviting, and then they're looking at you to know what kind of organization they're coming into. So if you hand them a crumpled up old flyer, right, or you send them a post that's filled with misspellings or an invitation that has no date, no time, no nothing, that tells them a lot about this type of organization they're coming into. And for nurses in charge, yes, we welcome everyone, but we want people who can actually help us fulfill our mission, right? So we want people who are in charge. And if they are in charge, right, of themselves, if we are in charge, then we're going to attract people who are in charge, right? And that starts from before the flyer, it starts before the post, right? But it starts with our mindset. It starts with our thoughts about what this organization is and how do I feel in it, right? And then how do I want other people to feel in it? So I just wanted to have this conversation first before we get started. And I'm going to share my slides and we have Amanda. I'm going to introduce Amanda. Amanda, wave your hand. Okay. Amanda, she works a lot with she works as a VA. She does a lot of excellent work as producing flyers, making sure the branding is on point, is perfect. Just really she has some really good insights to share. And then Crystal, wave your hand. She is excellent. We're so privileged to have her here among us today because she is a professional events planner and she makes sure that everything happens on time in a professional way, and it's executed to just loveliness. So, I mean, she's done it even remotely from a different country. She executed event for me, and it was absolutely incredible. So, I am just so happy to have you here. Feel free to chime in on any of the slides. This is supposed to be interactive, and now I am going to share my screen. Okay. So today we already introduced everyone. We'll talk about our training objectives, branding and marketing, which we already started, topics to be covered, and then we'll just do a summary of learnings and check our understanding. So, hey, you know me. We saw Crystal, we saw Amanda. So, this is they're going to help us lead this marketing presentation, and we want to bring out who you are. So, why I put this introduction of who you are on the call, right? Because some people in marketing, they may fall into the networking category, right? They may be good at connecting other people together. They may be good at promoting certain things, or somebody might be an influencer, or somebody might be just really organized and they're an organizer. So think about who you are when it comes to marketing, and kind of give yourself a little label as we go through kind of where your genius lies. Okay. So, our objective today is to develop a team where we use our natural resources and ability to intentionally grow nurses in charge. So, we're not here to ask you to do anything that you cannot do. We're here to see what is natural to you. What is your strength? What is your strong point? So we have some people, they may be watching on the recording later on, and they may be in Africa and they may say, Casey, we have internet connection problems. It's bad. We can't even get on. Does not mean that you do not have value as a marketer. It just means that we may use you a little bit differently on our to help us market. Or you may say, Casey, I am so timid. I cannot be a marketer. I just don't even like talking to people. Why did I even come on this call? It's okay. We could still use you as a marketer because we need someone. You may have organization skills. You may know a lot of people, as timid as you are, and we may need those connections. So everybody has a place on this marketing committee. Let me go on to the next slide. So, if everyone can pause for a minute and just write down 5 things you would want to walk away with today. 5 things that you can commit to, right? 5 things that you are looking forward to doing. 5 things that, even if you just write one, two, three, four, five, and as we go through the presentation, I want you to look at your list and say, okay, I learned these 5 things today. Because if we don't set an intention, you might not remember or you might forget it. So I just want to set the intention. If you put in your phone or on a piece of paper 5 things that you will take away today. Okay, so the first topic we have here is creating a flyer that captures the attention, right? Then we're going to talk about raising excitement and follow up. And then we're going to talk about the who's of promotion, right? So put Amanda, what are some things that you can share when it comes to creating a flyer that captures?
Yeah, so I think the most important thing to start off with is definitely something that they teach us in art school as well is always start with a sketch. I feel like a lot of the times it's really overwhelming, like jumping straight into um, a platform like Canva or Adobe to try to like create something when a lot of the times like the creation can start on paper, like a doodle and a sketch. Like that's why a lot of artists they carry around like little sketchbooks and they bring a pen or pencil and like just sketching out. You may have an idea that comes to you and it's just easier, quicker just to get it down on paper. It doesn't have to look pretty. It could literally be scribbles. And then whenever you're ready to actually get into the actual design of whatever flyer post that you're gonna create, then it's easier to have something to work off of rather than trying to come up with things like off the top of your head.
Excellent, excellent. Does Crystal, do you have anything that you wanted to jump in and chime in with Amanda?
Yes. So, just to add to what you said, instead, well, not instead of, but in when we plan, right, or we have clarity, then we're able to also um be able to create sketches, etc., or create the flyer that captures. So just as she said, as an artist, you would walk around with your sketch pad or whatever drawing instruments. But firstly, in order to get to that point, you need to have some sort of clarity as to what is the objective or what is the goal that we're working for or working with. So that would always be the first step in terms of trying to figure out what you want to capture or what aspects you would want to focus on. But having that clarity is important too.
Thank you, Crystal. Thank you. So we want to capture it. We want to be clear. Amanda, you shared a lot about art. Now, some people are natural artists. I am not, right? But for people who do not have the art degree and background like you, what are some tips you can give them when they're creating a flyer?
So for one, I would say definitely like going back to Canva, for example. Canva has a lot of like templates. So even if like you're not artistically inclined or you're stuck on like the design aspect of it, you can go through, kind of look at templates that more or less align with what you're trying to create visually, and then you can go in and work off of that, and you can edit it to your liking. So maybe you might find a template that you don't necessarily care for the font or the color. You can change that, and it's already kind of pre-done for you, and you're just making cosmetic changes.
Absolutely. And that, Amanda, is something I really highly recommend when creating a flyer, especially for our newbie, our new marketing, new designers. I definitely would say use a template use a template that's already created in Canva. And I would also be bold enough to say, go for one that looks great. Go for one that wows you. Don't pick a normal, plain looking one. Go for one that when you look at it, you're like, whoa, this blows me out. And when it looks so good, you just need to make very little changes to it, right? Because when go for one and you have to make a lot of changes, then the font's off and then the alignment is off and everything is off. So pick a template that works really, really well for you. And now with AI, what you can do is you could actually type into Canva what you want to create, and Canva will pop out that template for you. So please don't make your work too hard. We're here to be easy breezy. We know this is a nonprofit. Nobody getting paid for your work right now. So please make your life simple, easy, and pick one that is just beautiful, right?
I
Now,
I just want to just say something here for
yes,
someone
go ahead.
who suffers from shiny object syndrome, all right, which is I see a lot of templates that I love, right? So I would just advise that you go with the one that you love the most and stick to it, right? Because sometimes what could happen is that you may see a template that you like, and then you go and you see something else and you see something else, and then you get stuck in that loop, all right? And you end up wasting time or never deciding on what you really want, and it doesn't get done in a timely way. So stick to the first one that you really like and keep it simple, as Casey said.
Yes, yes, perfect. And then we have our tech team. We have Das, and he manages the whole team. And I'm sure he has some things to say on this topic, especially when it comes to nurses in charge, because we have to improve. So Das, please join us. Tell us any thoughts that you have for our team.
Yes, yes. Regarding the banner, as right now we are all discussing about the banner. So one thing I would like to add over here, like I really appreciate the the things that we mentioned, right? The peoples are mentioned over here. But one thing I want to add regarding the brand colors, right? So the brand colors is very much important right now, because these colors will indicates our brand, right? So try to use our brand colors so that it will be visible to the maximum people. So in future, when people see this color combination, they can easily identify, okay, this is nursing in charge, right? So we stick with the brand colors. Of course, we're gonna change the formats and the layouts. It's fine, but at least if you're gonna stick with the brand colors, it will be a great move.
That's an excellent point. And it makes me think about organization. What they do is they have organizations usually have a brand color template that they give to the employees. So when they want to create designs, they all know what the colors are. So is that something your team will be able to put together so we could get out to the marketing committee? Our
Yeah, sure, absolutely, absolutely.
Perfect, perfect. We going up from here. Okay, okay. Thank you, guys. The next one is raising excitement and follow up. So we have a lot of nurses in charge. Our largest platform right now is LinkedIn, and it is definitely growing. We raise a lot of excitement there. What are some things you can do to raise excitement within your, if you are marketing, say for instance you're in Africa and you're marketing in your community, or you are a nurse and you're marketing on your unit, what are some things you can do to raise excitement and to follow up? Crystal, do you have any thoughts on this?
Yeah, so leveraging social media is always a good thing for us. As you mentioned, LinkedIn being the one of the main platforms for nurses in charge. So individuals can build their own posts and tag nurses in charge so persons can, see, go straight to the page on LinkedIn, and be able to engage with the platform or the page, I should say. When we have events, be sure to share flyers, and tell others about it. Those are just some of my take thoughts on building excitement.
Thank you, Crystal. Do you have any thoughts, Amanda, to share? No, okay. And Das, do you have any thoughts to share on this?
Yes, Casey, like the one challenges I have faced regarding, like, actually my entire profile is based on marketing. Okay,
Mhm,
and I'm trying to connect with the people who are somehow like our comment or like our post or comment in our post.
mhm.
So I have got one response from the people that this is kind of a scam. Okay,
Mm,
because they watch my profile. My profile is not based on nurse, okay, or anything
mhm,
related to nurse. So they thought, so it's my advice that if we reaching out any of our peoples, then we should be create our profiles on the basis of nurse and in charge. Okay, our
mhm.
about us section should be nurse and nurse and in charge about, and our headline should be very clear. Okay, so that if anybody see, like, if we reach out to any people, then definitely in LinkedIn at least people can see your entire profile first, whether you are related to that organization or not, and then only they start responding. Otherwise people get confused and people start thinking that some scamming is going on and all. So it is advice from my end that if we reaching out any sort of peoples, then we have to first craft our profile in such a way that it should looking like we are related to nurse and in charge.
Absolutely. I think that's an excellent thought that you bring in. And that's something I really want to share with the
Mhm.
group. This is a professional nursing organization. If you
Mhm.
are here and you want to really maximize your relationship with our organization, you should have a LinkedIn profile. You should
Mhm.
have a LinkedIn profile. It's going to help you even if you're not a nurse and you're connected to nurses in charge. it will help you so much to have a LinkedIn profile. When you, as our organization grows and you attach yourself to us, you will have the opportunity to have um, you can have references. People can see your engagement. If you are a professional and you are donating your time to Nurses in Charge, people can see your work. If you are in a marketer, you are a VA, whatever, your event planner, you do taxes, whatever you do, this is a perfect place to come and associate yourself with, because the opportunities therein abounds. So you can, if you look at some of the CEOs on LinkedIn and you go down to their nonprofit activity, you see them associated with Boys and Girls Club, the YMCA, all these different nonprofits. So you don't have to be a nurse in order to put Nurses in Charge on your profile. As you can put yourself as a employee, which we don't have employees, but you can associate yourself. You can put it on your LinkedIn profile, and um, you can also tag us when you do, if you do work for us and it's really good and it's really nice. Or maybe and this is where the community comes in. Maybe you are a designer coming in, maybe you are a graphic designer coming in and you say, I want to do some volunteer work for Nurses in Charge, right? You can do that, do the work, and show a before and after. We have so many activities of our our members in Africa. They're doing amazing things. We want to share that story. You could put a before and after. There you get some work. Now you helped our organization and then we helped you. And then your professional skills, you look like a professional because you have worked with a professional organization. Or if you are a student, right? And you want to share, you want to get excited. You are a student, you may not have worked as a nurse just yet, but you're coming in and you did this thing for your community, right? We have Nayingsha. He did a really good example. He put it on Nurses in Charge. Now, if this nurse, when he becomes a nurse, if he decides to migrate or work for somewhere in his country, now he looks like a seasoned professional, all because of what he has done. So this raising excitement, raising awareness, and following up. You don't have to be a nurse to benefit from being associated with Nurses in Charge. Okay, and the last one, the who's of promotion, right? So CNA and I talk about this. CNA, sorry, I didn't add you to the stage. Sorry. CNA talk and I talked about this. We are growing together, guys. A global initiative, and this is no small feat. We are bringing nurses from all over the world together, and we may need help. We need a lot of help. And when it comes to having help, we're looking for the who's, like who's good at organization, who's good at networking, who's good at proofreading, who's good at checking up and following in. So when you look at the who's going to help me, everybody could be a who. Everybody can come in and join in the fun, right? But
Yeah.
it's not, it's making yourself known and saying, hey, I can help out here, I can help out here. Um, and just like I said, reflecting and saying, okay, am I a connector? Am I a networker? Am I an organized person? Am I somebody who just can't shut my mouth up when I get something good? I gotta tell it to everybody, right? We could use you, right? And we will pair you up with another who that complements you and put you together, put you to work together. Okay, so I'm going to keep going because I want to be mindful of the time. Okay, when it comes, so this on the topic of marketing, I'm going to tap into Amanda here a little bit. We talked about flyers. Can you tell us a little bit about posts, blogs, and newsletters? You mind sharing?
Yeah, so for posts, I think it's really important to Number one, always proofread grammar. We want correct grammar whenever you're posting anything. And kind of to touch on what you mentioned also about AI. AI is a great tool. We may have like the right words that we want to say, but we don't really know how to formulate it. And then we could get stuck on that about not using the right verbiage. AI will literally take what you're trying to say and put it in a proper way that's ready for social media. Another thing as well that I think is like super important is hashtags. Like people use social media as Google. Like no one's going really to Google to say like, oh, how to make this. Like they're going to TikTok, they're going to Facebook, they're looking for like-minded people who are posting things that they're interested in. So definitely hashtags, knowing your hashtags are and using them in every post is like super important.
Thank you. That's one I forget. Hashtags. That is very good. Thank you for sharing. And Das, do you have any other comments you want to share as far as these three topics?
Yes, regarding the post, okay, we should have a clear call to action also. Like what
Mm,
exactly we want. Okay, where we gonna drive our peoples. Okay, so each and every post we should have a proper call to action.
that is excellent. That is so true. Sometimes we have excellent posts, but no call to action, right? So when you say call to action for those who are beginning, because this is a beginner's class, what does that mean, Das?
Yeah, so call to action means what we want to achieve from our people. Okay, whether if our objective is like bringing people to our community, we need to grow our community. So always we need to give them a idea to join our community. Our post should be like this to motivate people to join our community. We have to show them the benefits that what they will get if they will join our community. So after all, our objective is to grow our community, so always our call to action should be bring traffic to our community, right? So now you're gonna post your community link in the comment, because if we create that link in the post, or if you create on the link on the flyer, it will create a confuse, and people they hesitate to type all those things. But at least we can say in the flyer or in the post that link is in the first comment. So we're gonna put our link in the first comment, so people can easily, go over there, they register from there. So I think that's the call to action right now as per the objective.
Das, I think you bring a really good point up about putting the link, because if you put the link only in the flyer, people may not be able to click on it. But if you put it in
Yes.
the comment, you make it easy breezy. We want it easy breezy for them and for us. So
Yes,
great,
and
great.
right now, as per the algorithms, like the social
Mhm.
media algorithms, they hate to put the link in the descriptions of our post or anywhere in the creating a post. Okay, they hate to drive people from other platform. So to avoid that and to get a more reach for that particular post, as she mentioned, like hashtags. So hashtag is a very popular things to get more reach on Instagram as well as LinkedIn. But if we put the link on the in the description of the post, definitely that particular social media will literally lower down our reach. So it's a wise way to put the call to action link in the first comment always, so that we can get a very good reach also, and people can easily come to the first comment and they can register if they want.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you so much. Okay, we have this is
Before,
just gems, guys. Oh,
before we
um,
just go on, I just wanted to add to just the call to action, as Das
uh-huh.
explained it. Very good explanation. When I started social media, I always found it, I was thought that, the call to action sounded so salesy. But what made me remember the importance of it is remembering that the call to action is actually telling the person what are the next steps they need to take, or the next action that they need to take. And so it was more important for me now to remember, hey, it's not about sales, but it's about what do I need them to do next. All right. So
Exactly.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Excellent. You are just dropping the gems. Thank you so much. This is amazing. This is amazing. And that goes right into excitement, the middle topic. Planning on the planning and drip content. Crystal, you've been doing planning a lot. A lot of your social media is geared around the events, right? Now, for example, sometimes we think about planning, we think about a big event that we're going to have, and we forget about virtual events. So like for example, I'm using this platform because it's in my efforts, right, to do more with less. I want to, in the future, I this is the first one, but in the future I want to have these as events that Nurses in Charge holds. Our marketing meeting is actually an event where we bring more people on our platform and bring more people in our community. So, what does planning look like for virtual events? What does drip content look like to promote excitement for the events?
Okay. So planning would be where you, first of all, with everything that we do, we need to always make sure that we know what our objectives and goals are. And so when we plan the events, whether it be an in-person, hybrid, or virtual events, we need to be sure of what that would look like for us. And so for virtual events, I would always encourage to pay attention to the technical requirements, all right? And also, like for example, if we are using technology like Zoom or Google Meet or even StreamYard, it's always important to test and do your runs before. If you have speakers that have presentations, these are some things that you can do by having them um, do dry runs before the event. If they have slides to present, you would either have them send them over to you before, just in case technological difficulties may happen. So you could run the slides, or in case anything should happen. Um, what else? Um, yeah. So as I said, test and analyze everything that you do before, especially when it comes to virtual events. Having an agenda also definitely works. I mean, that's for all types of events. Make sure that you have an agenda and your timeline is, set as well. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, thank you. So for our next event, so we have an event that is set in stone, and it happens the first Sunday every month at 1 p.m. via Zoom, right? So something that I really, as our marketing team grows, something that I would really like to see us do in making and creating drip content is what we know our speakers for the next 3 months. Could we do some research as a team and find out a little bit about who they are and what the people coming to the event could look forward to? So, for example, Dr. Nayempu and I, for the past 3 months, right, for March, more so February and January, we interviewed our speakers before. So, what we did as a drip content was to create small reels, small videos, and then we also showed the videos to the people so that they know, they say, oh, that's a good conversation. Oh, you really like it? Come to our Nurses in Charge meeting on the first, right? So people know kind of what they're coming to, and they know what Nurses in Charge is all about. Um, Also, this doesn't have to be video. Video is my thing. I like video, but it can be research. So CNA, if you say, okay, next month we have Karen, right? We could pull a picture, we could share a few blurbs from her website, right? Something that is very profound. Maybe we could look in their LinkedIn and see what have they been talking about? What are they passionate about? And we could do a little did you know section. All of these things, it creates excitement and anticipation for them actually coming to our event instead of saying, oh, here's a flyer. I hope you make it, right? We could get passionate. And then for those who may have poor connection in different parts of the world, they also can go and do some research. So you might not be good with spreading it all about, but you could do some research and maybe you could approach your professor or approach your nurse manager and say, I'm part of Nurses in Charge, and they're having a speaker, and this is the credentials because I ain't getting no just any speaker. I'm getting a good speaker, right? So you go to your nurse manager, you say, this is the credentials they have, right? Would the unit be invited? Could I invite the unit to come listen in? Could I invite the school to come listen in? I think they would benefit from this arrangement or self-care or leadership talk, right? So that's a practical way you can use your marketing skills. Okay, guys, I'm gonna keep going. Sorry. So topics, the who's, right? The who's. So this talks about the reach, right? When you're reaching out to people to invite them to Nurses in Charge, these are some things I want you to remember. I want you to remember, what is the reach of this person that you are inviting, right? Do they have a loud mouth? Do they like to share? Do they are they a person? Is this a person? There's a post that says you want to be around people who will mention your name in a room full of other people. Is this a person who will mention our organization in a room full of other organizations, right? Am I interacting with people and inviting people to join who I know is in alignment with where we want to go? They are passionate about change, change for nurses, change for the world, change for healthcare, right? Am I reaching out to these people? Also, in terms of engagement, right? We talked about this, so I'm not going to harp on it, but you can add, put the at sign, Nurses in Charge, with anything you do, right? For every time you post at Nurses in Charge, we want to celebrate you. This is what the community is all about. And then
Right.
tag some people in here, right? Tag Amy,
Mm.
tag Amanda, tag Nyempu, tag Das, right? We are creating a community. Tag Nadasi,
Mm.
I'm always tagging Nadasi, right? Let's get the engagement. These systems work on algorithms, so you have to get the engagement. And what that does, I'm telling you the honest truth, my content soared on these platforms when I started promoting other people. Do not be selfish, right? Highlight other people, especially your members. Sometimes you look at some posts, they get 2 views, but they're doing amazing things, right? Even if they're not in Nurses in Charge, say, wow, at Nurses in Charge, right? Highlight them. We want to see them, right? This is what we're about. We're about connection. We're about celebration. So why won't you, right? And then you might be on the ground and you might not be into social media. But if you have a nurse that you see they did a really amazing thing on your unit, in your class, in your community, you can send us an email. Send us an email and say, take a picture, take a selfie, right? And say, look, I just want to shout out this awesome person, right? And then what we do, we have DAS, we have an entire tech team behind us. They're all the way in India, but they're just as close because we could just say, DAS, look at this picture. Here's the story, right? And then he will put it up. And before you know it, they are on before you know it, they are on our website. Oh, okay, sorry. Before you know it, they are on our website being featured, right? So we got to work as a team here. We might not all be good at posts, but send us the story anyway. Okay.
Yeah, Casey, I want to add one thing over here. Okay,
Mhm.
so regarding this, it's a very great idea that if once we post something on the in our page, okay, if all we can do something contribution over there, like at least we gonna put the like and do some comment over there, then as per the LinkedIn algorithm, it gives us the good reach. Okay, because LinkedIn see that instantly this post get gets a good number of likes and good number of comments, that means some valuable things are there. So then LinkedIn start promoting it to the mass reach. Okay, so this way we can get the attraction from the people, and we can grow our community. And next point is that, as Casey, you told me that you and Dr. Nemfo is interviewing the people. Okay, so why not you start a podcast kind of things? As you have a stream here, you bring the people and start asking those questions, and put those things not only like social media, in LinkedIn and all. We're gonna start our YouTube shorts also, a YouTube channel also, so that people can start seeing those things continuously, and they can start joining. They're eager to join our community, right? So we're gonna that's a one video, but we're gonna use that video in all the social media platforms like Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, YouTube channel, and the LinkedIn and the Facebook, and the TikTok.
Yes, and that, that has been the goal. And our YouTube channel, actually, we already have a lot of interviews, so it's just to get the videos out onto the different channel, so
Okay.
dispersing them. So I think what we're working with is um not really doing more, but doing more together.
Yes.
Doing more
Mm.
together, having us
Mhm.
work as a team. So when I say more together, I mean, instead of having to go a lot of the things that we did before, we can repurpose and recreate. So some of the meetings, some of the presentations that we've had from previous meetings, some of these really good people we've had, we need people to go and break up those videos, right? We could have those as small training sessions. Last month we had an excellent. I mean, this lady gets paid thousands of dollars to speak across a stage, and we had her, and she shared so many good gems. We could use that, and we can repurpose that as a training on leadership for students, right? We can post that same thing, and we can invite people to come watch it. It doesn't have to be we don't have to keep doing more and more and more. What we could do is use what we have and work together, and we have some people promote it. We have some people, we could invite selected people. So if, like Miss Evelyn, she's really good at promotions, we could have a presentation just for a specific group of people. We could invite some leadership. We could invite some students to watch some of the content we already created. So you are right. We do need to get it same on all platforms.
Yeah.
So today, for our objectives, as we wrap up, we talked about marketing and branding. We talked about excitement and planning, and we talked about the right who's. When we started, we talked about having at least 5 points you're going to walk away with. Now, I got about six. I don't know about you, but they were dropping so many gems. I hope you thought this was very valuable to you as you help us promote Nurses in Charge. As we wrap up, I just wanted to see, um just as an understanding, just so everybody walks away with clarity. And sorry, I was making this at night on my phone, so I didn't get to finish all of this, the posts. But I wanted you guys to, if you had something that's like really burning when it comes to marketing that we didn't touch on today, if you could unmute and just share with us so that we could present for the next topic. Our next topic, we're going to be talking about AI, using AI. So if you have any, if your thought is on AI, wait till next time because we're going to be talking about AI. But if anything we talked about, like the flyers and the branding and the marketing, you have any comments, let us know.
I just want to add, because we're doing this from the foundation, right? So from the ground up. So it's always important that whatever we do, we test, we analyze, and we take feedback from what's, whatever it is that we're doing, to be sure that we are moving forward with the right direction. So that we need to get in the habit from early to be sure to do that, because we don't want, when further down the road we add in more platforms, etc., and we're not doing the correct tests and stuff like that. So just a reminder to test, analyze, and look for feedback, on what we are doing. See how it works, see what's not working, adjust if we need to make adjustments, and so that we would have a great brand as we continue putting out information there.
Exactly. I just want to say I went to a conference, and in the conference, that's what they said. They said that's the number one thing. Everybody is focused on creating content, that nobody pays attention to the follow up. They're not paying attention to the analytics. So we want to make sure that we're really following up on all the things that we're putting out there, even if it's not taking it away from the virtual too, and the in person, the live. When we tell somebody about nurses in charge, guilty, but do we follow up? Do we say, hey, remember I told you about nurses in charge? Here's a QR code. Did you join? Right? We do have to follow up. We have to follow up, because if we are not excited about this community, if we're not excited to be within each other's company and to learn from each other, why would anybody come, right? Go into the
Yeah.
market with the same tomatoes. It don't make no sense. Right? So we want to remember this is a marketplace. It's an exchange of value, right? And you have to first know what value is in here, what value you are bringing, what value exists in your teammates as we work together, right? And then we want to communicate that clearly with people on the outside. Okay. Okay. I think I took my 1 hour. Let me stop sharing. I am so grateful to have all of you here. Like I said, my purpose of doing this on StreamYard is to make our content very easy. I am going to post this to social media. It is going to be posted. I'll let you know. Hopefully it will go to all of our sites, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. And the purpose behind this is I am not about to make my life difficult, and I'm not about to make your life difficult. We can make our lives easier, because this content, when we talk, when we come together, we have gems, and people want to know about it, and people want to be in communities where people are giving them something that will make their life better. Right? So I'm not going to hide. I'm not going to stay behind camera. I'm going to come out there, and I'm bringing all of you wonderful people out with me. And I hope when you do see the content on social media, that you will interact with it, because it will make all of us better. Anybody has any closing thoughts? Das, Crystal, Amanda?
Yeah. So my closing thought is like it's really a wonderful meeting, and this is my first time like doing a meeting in StreamYard. Okay, I do some podcast in StreamYard, but I never do a meeting, so it's a very exciting thing for me. And of course, I appreciate all of you to joining with us and giving their best knowledge sharing with us. And of course it's a time to implement those things. Okay, the thing is that we are just doing a meeting and we are not implementing the things, then we're not able to come up with the results. So everyday basis we have to spend some time and do this testing and trials, and keep doing all those activities on daily basis. Definitely the result will come.
Thank you. Thank you. Crystal, any closing words? No? Okay. Amanda, any closing words?
Yeah, I just want to say thank you for having me, as well as my first stream, as well participating in something like this. I think my last closing thought would be just to rewatch this, send it to other people, take notes, because like being a part of it, staying at one time is not good enough, and it's always good to just kind of review material and take notes. So
Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you for, I hope you would join our community, no pressure, but I hope you would join our community. And I think I'm doing this live. It's going to be live. So if anybody is watching and they're like, that's really cool, I want to be part of that. I would love for you to come and be part of it. I would love for you to bring your expertise. Crystal, Das, and Amanda, none of them are nurses, but they see the vision and they want to help us. And we appreciate them. And we know that their business is going to prosper and their brand is going to prosper because they're putting their time and effort and intelligence into something that is going to make the world a better place. So I thank you so much for coming on. Nurses in Charge, I am so grateful you guys are here. You marketing team, committee, we're going to work on it. We're going to implement it as a group. And I'll see you in the chat, in the marketing committee chat. Okay, this is my
Sure.
signing off.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
Bye
Bye.
bye.